This is called as Agile Scrum. Okay. Nowadays, most of the organizations are using Agile Scrum only. They're not following the waterfall model. Okay. So there is like a BA is like a product owner. Mostly the role got changed. He's like a product owner. I'll tell you what are the advantages and drawbacks of the waterfall model, and why people have shifted from waterfall model to the agile model. The concept is same, whether you are working in agile model or the waterfall model, right? The concept is same. The same, you have the analysis, requirement, design, development, testing, and integration. But here it is, the delivery is much faster. You are going to deliver to the customer within 2 to 3 weeks, rather than waiting for 6 months or 1 year for release. You will be delivering it much faster in a shorter duration of time. There is a continuous feedback from the customer, because he starts using the application early, like in 3 weeks he starts using the application. Okay. Here what happens is, look at these points. There are three main people here. There are three main people. One is the product owner, other one is a team, third one is the scrum master. Okay. Third one is the scrum master. Team consists of developers, testers, deployment engineers, and the support staff. Are you getting the point, right? What I'm saying? Team consists of developers, testers, and support staff and release management. Product owner is like a BA. Product owner is mostly like a BA. And there are some meetings which are conducted in the Agile Scrum. These meetings are called as ceremonies. Like there is a meeting called as daily stand-up meeting, sprint review meeting, sprint retrospective meeting, sprint planning meeting, and that's it. Like there are 4 meetings generally. One is the sprint planning meeting, which generally happens on the first day of the sprint. Daily stand-up meeting, which happens every day. Then you have the sprint review, and also you have the sprint retrospective. Okay. Now, are you new to these terms, or do you know these terms?
I'm new, sir.
You are new to anybody like Bhavya? You know,
I know
this?
little bit.
I know.
You know little bit. Who knows it?
Vaishnavi.
Vaishnavi. Okay. So if you are working in agile model, right? So first question would be like, are you working in agile? Yeah, yeah. Then you will say, yes, I'm working in agile. Then they'll ask you, they'll not ask you, they'll not ask you what are the meetings you participate. They'll tell you what are the ceremonies you are generally involved. They'll say. Then you should say that I'm involved in sprint planning meeting, I'm involved in daily status call or daily stand-up meeting, and sprint review and the retrospective meeting. You need to understand few terminology or the jargon which is used here. Take a screenshot of this, or make a note of this picture. Better take a screenshot. It's a complex one. Okay.
Yes.
So here you need to understand two things. Agile Scrum. So here you need to understand the timeline or the time period or the duration. We call it as duration, right? In layman language, it's called as duration. In IT, it is called as sprint.
Sprint.
Okay. The duration of the sprint is 2 to ideal. Okay. The duration of the sprint is 2 to 4 weeks. What does the sprint contain? Okay. What does the sprint contain? Sprint contains highest priority requirements. Sprint contain highest Okay, sprint contain highest priority requirements. Okay. There is one more term called as Scrum Master. He's like a project manager. Project manager has been turned into Scrum Master here. Generally, he's the project in Waterfall model. He's like a PM, Scrum Master. He is going to manage the sprint, responsible for manage the Scrum or the sprint. Generally, he need to be certified. There is a certification called as Agile certified Scrum Master. Generally, he's like a manager. The main purpose of him is to get the work done by the team. The main purpose of a Scrum Master is to get the work done by the team. There is one more thing called as, let me close this. There is one more thing called as product backlog. Any idea what is product backlog?
Requirements.
Okay. So
User stories
Yeah.
collection of.
what do you mean by product backlog is? Product backlog is nothing but a complete list of requirements. Okay, it is a complete list of requirements. It can also contain defects. Bugs can also is a backlog only, right? Which you have to fix it. Okay, or it can be, it also contains some enhancement requests from the client. Apart from the actual requirement, it can be bugs. It can be some enhancement requirements. Okay. Enhancements can be from the performance side or the usability side. Okay. For example, if you're taking Amazon site, right? It loads very fast, right? Amazon site loads very fast, and you can directly go. The performance wise, it should be fast. This is one of the requirement. Functionality is to buy something, but one of the enhancement is it should load very fast, like this. How fast it loads. Usability, it should be very easy to navigate. Like it is showing me all the brands here. Okay. Usability wise, it is very good. I can filter it very well. So these are some of the enhanced requirements. Okay. So what do you mean by product backlog is it contains all the requirements. Okay. What is the purpose of a Scrum Master? Scrum Master is to manage the Scrum. He will be generally certified. They are going to have some certification called as Agile certified Scrum Master. Okay. Then you have the actual team. Team consists of testers, developers, as well as release management. Okay, then you have the actual team. Okay, then you have something called as the sprint backlog. What do you mean by product backlog? Product backlog is nothing but list of all your requirements is called as the product backlog. Product backlog is nothing but the list of all your requirements. Sprint backlog means, so I told you, right, sprint duration is generally 2 to 4 weeks. And for example, a task is assigned to you in the current sprint. If you are not able to complete that task in the current sprint, then what happens? Then it will move to the next sprint, right? That moving the task to the next sprint is called a spillover in IT. And if you're not able to complete, then it is called as the sprint backlog. Okay. Pending tasks are part of sprint backlog. Okay. Next thing is there is a meeting called as sprint planning meeting. Any idea what happens in this meeting? Sprint planning meeting. Yes. Sprint. Any idea what happens in sprint planning meeting? What does a sprint contain? Sprint contains the requirements, right? Or it can contain requirements, or it can contain defects or enhancements, right? Okay. Can you think? Can you think and tell me what does the sprint contains? What happens in sprint planning meeting?
Discussion for the backlogs.
Okay. So this meeting generally happens at the beginning of the sprint. Generally, this meeting would be for 1 or 2 hours, not more than that. Basically, the purpose of the sprint planning meeting is what requirements we have to pull from the product backlog into the current sprint. Okay. What requirements we have to pull it from the product backlogs to the current sprint and give some estimates. Okay, I've pulled 10 stories or 10 requirements. So how much is the high level estimate in order to work on this requirement? This is what happens in the sprint planning meeting. A user story is assigned to you and you are given some estimate, high level estimate, not the correct estimate, high level estimate. And next meeting is daily stand-up meeting. Okay. Daily stand-up meeting is generally not more than 15 minutes. It happens every day. And they are going to discuss 3 things in this meeting. Okay. They are going to discuss 3 things in this meeting. So what is the purpose of a sprint planning meeting? These are called as ceremonies. The first one is sprint planning. What we are going to discuss in sprint planning? Generally, it happens at the beginning of the sprint, on the first day of the sprint. First day of the sprint for generally 1 to 2 hours. Okay. Our sprint duration is 2 weeks. That is 80 hours. Okay. 40 hours is 1 week, right? 80 hours is our sprint. What they are going to discuss is they are going to prioritize the product backlog and pull the requirements from the pull user stories from product backlog to current sprint. And provide estimates. Okay. And based on the estimates, they calculate something called as velocity. I'll come to this point later. They'll also ask you what is the velocity of your sprint also, they'll ask you. I'll come to this point later. Next is daily stand-up call. Okay. Who is involved? Everybody is involved. When I say everybody, it is a development team which consists of developers. There is no segregation of a development and tester in Agile. Okay. Developers, testers, product owner, which is nothing but a BA. This is the attendees. Okay. Then frequency is daily. And what they are going to discuss in this meeting? Purpose is? Yes, can anybody tell me what they are going to discuss in this meeting? The status meeting, right?
Yeah.
Daily status.
What we need to do today and what we done yesterday. What
Correct.
we need to test tomorrow, like that. Next.
Correct. Three things only they are going to discuss. Okay. So what is the purpose of, what is the purpose is, what did I complete yesterday? You are going to tell your update, status update to the Scrum Master. What did I complete yesterday? What did I do yesterday? Okay. What did I do yesterday? What will I work on today? Okay. What will I work on today? Am I blocked? I am blocked with by anything. These things you are going to discuss. Okay. So, wow, as a tester, what would be your answer? Okay. What did I complete yesterday? Yesterday, I was working on the shopping cart module, and there are total around 30 test cases. I've executed around 20 test cases, and I've logged 2 defects. Still 10 more test cases are pending. And because of these 2 defects, what I'm going to do today means today I'm going to complete the remaining 10 defects. Since I've logged 2 bugs, 4 test cases have been blocked because of these 2 defects. This is how you are going to say in the daily status call. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The other thing which happens is the sprint review. Is any idea what happens in sprint review? Who are the attendees? Everybody.
All team will.
Okay, developers, testers, Scrum Master. When I say yes, Scrum Master is by default, Scrum Master will come. There is no ceremonies without Scrum Master. Remember, he is going to arrange all this. Frequency is end of only once in a sprint. Okay, and duration is generally 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours. What is the purpose of this meeting?
They are discussing about the what went well in this current sprint and improvement for the next sprint.
That is retrospective.
Okay.
What they are
Whatever
going.
we,
Correct. Yeah, tell me. Go ahead.
whatever we completed in this sprint test cases, they will review.
Correct. Exactly. Not test cases, the accomplishments like user
Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
What you are going to do in this meeting is demonstrate or give a demo, demonstrate work finished. Work finished. Whatever work you have completed, that you will give a demo, right?
Yes.
Okay. Demonstrate work finished. Get immediate feedback. Okay. Get immediate feedback. And if everything goes well, you are going to celebrate your accomplishments. Who is going to give this demo? Generally, this demo is given by the tester who has tested that particular module. Okay, so tester role is very vital in Agile. Okay, who is going to give this demo? Developer will not give the demo because tester has already tested it, right? You know in and out that particular thing, right? So the tester has to give a demo on this particular sprint review. Whatever model he has tested, right? He's going to give a demo and he show that as per the user story, all the requirements have been validated and it is working fine, he'll say. Okay. Then what is the other meeting? the retrospective meeting, sprint retrospective. Sprint retrospective, what happens? Who are the attendees? Everybody will attend. What is the frequency? Once a sprint. Maximum it would be 30 minutes on. Purpose. Yes, now you can tell. What is the purpose of this meeting?
Suppose we didn't reach the target in this, they will give some improvements for next sprint.
Okay, what they are going to discuss is what worked well. Okay, what didn't work. Okay, what worked well and what didn't work, and
Improvement and planning for the next sprint.
yes, improvements and planning for the next sprint. So this is what is going to happen. Okay, this is what is going to happen as part of the Agile sprint. So now one most important chart from the management standpoint is the burn down chart. Any idea what do you mean by a burn down chart?
No,
Suddenly management team will call the Scrum Master or the project manager. He say, what are you doing? Can you tell me what is the status of the application? What is the current status of the sprint? How many tasks have been completed? How many are pending? And are we on track? Can we achieve it in the target date? Management will come and ask. Okay. Then what Scrum Master will do? Scrum Master will open the burn down chart. Scrum Master will open the burn down chart. So I told you, right, the duration of sprint is 2 to 4 weeks. During the sprint planning meeting, they are going to provide estimates. Estimates are provided in terms of story points. Okay, estimates are provided in terms, not in hours. They are going to provide in terms of story points. One story point is generally 6 hours. Okay.
Sir, what is story points?
Story point is nothing but the time taken to complete that particular story. Okay. For example, I have a story. What is a story? Fund transfer from one account to another account is a story.
Okay.
Okay. So how much time it has taken to implement that particular story means you will be saying that it took for me 24 hours to implement that particular story. 24 hours means how many story points?
12. 2 hours, right?
No, I'll tell you. See, in industry,
4.
one story point is only 6 hours.
Okay.
That means in a day, maximum your productive work is 6 hours only. Because other 2 hours you will be spending on calls, discussions, there will be some deployments, everything will be going on. So when I have 24 hours, it is 24 divided by 6.
4.
6, right? That is 4 story points. Okay. Some companies story point is 6, some companies it is 5, it is 7, it all depends. Okay. Generally don't measure it in time. They measure it in story points only. Okay, this thing you have to remember. Why? Because time means there will be a lot of pressure to complete it on time. So story points means, okay, story point is flexible. It's flexible, right? It can be 4 hours or 6 hours or 8 hours, depending. So generally they measure it in story points. So suddenly management team will come. What is a velocity? What is a team velocity? Team velocity is 160 points. Team velocity is 160 point means 160 divided by 6. That means 26 story points can be developed in a day. Yes or no? Total team velocity is 160 and one story point is 6 hours. Like how many team may be working on it? On an average, 10 story points means your team size is six people. Okay, your team size is 6 people, and one person will have 1 story point, right? That is average hours is 36 hours only, right? Are you getting my point? Average hours is that in a day, your team, how many hours it will deliver? If there are 6 people in your team, and let's say 10 people in your, for simplicity purpose, I'll say 10 people are there, 10 members are there. So how many story points you can develop in a day? 10 into 6 hours. That is 60 hours of work you have in a day. Your team has 60 hours of work. It's nothing but 10 story points. Okay. So you are delivering 160 points means what is your sprint duration? Sprint duration is 16 days. That is 3 weeks, right? Yes or no? Here I have taken it as 160 points. That is 3 week sprint. In a day, you can deliver 10 points. So if you are able to deliver 10 points, right, you are going to write it as 10 hours. Okay. At any point of time, if you come and look at, right, you are burning the hours. For example, you are burning the hours means, let's say total story points are 160. That means you are committed to deliver 160 story points. Day 1, 10 you have delivered. How many are remaining? 10 delivered. How much effort is remaining? 150 is remaining. Okay. Day 2, you have delivered only 5. How much effort is remaining? 145 story points are remaining. Day 3, you worked very good. 12 you have delivered. That is 130, like this. This will tell you work completed. This will tell you the work pending. How much work is pending is given by the burn down chart. So by looking at the burn down chart, top management can easily assess how much work is pending in that particular sprint. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So which is better? Agile is better or waterfall model is better? Means Agile is only better. Why it is better means customer is involved in every phase. Like for example, what did I say? Sprint planning meeting, we are going to pick the highest priority requirements. Who is going to give that highest priority requirements? Customer is going to give you the highest priority requirements. Okay. But in waterfall model, what will happen? Requirements are given in the initial stages only, and later on he will not get involved, right? Then if there is any change in requirement, right, the total structure will break. Okay.
Yes.
And next thing is, you are going, Scrum development saves time and money by reviewing regular sprints in the development process. After every 3 weeks, you are giving a working software to the customer. Customer will start using it. If he wants any improvements, right, he will tell you immediately in the next sprint or other sprint, he'll tell you, so that it is adaptable to change. Okay. Whereas in waterfall model, you are going to deliver it only after 6 months or 1 year. Then accepting change is very difficult. And here in Agile Scrum, work is divided into teams. Every person is responsible for in the daily status call, what they are going to discuss. You are going to discuss what you did yesterday, what you are going to do today, and what are the blockers, right? Work is divided in teams and everybody is responsible. Easy to track who is working on what. Here, work is divided into phases like requirement phase, initialization phase, analysis phase, design phase, testing phase, right? Very difficult to track who is working on what. Okay. Scrum takes feedback from the owner. Okay, because immediately you are going to deliver it and you are going to get faster feedback. Whereas in waterfall model, at the end only you are going to get the feedback. Okay, Scrum development process works well for difficult and complex projects. Whenever there is a requirements keep on changing, right? You have to go with the Scrum model only. It is waterfall model is for smaller projects. Scrum, there are no stages. Okay, you have a user story, you have to complete it. Whereas in waterfall, you have stages, right? Requirement phase, analysis phase, design phase. Changes, Scrum welcome changes. Okay, Scrum welcome changes. Even because only one sprint effort will be gone. If there is a complete change, there will not be complete change. Only 1 or 2 changes it will be there. That means you are wasting only 1 or 2 days of work. Whereas waterfall, right, it cannot accept changes. Okay, development process divided among teams as individuals. It does not wait for the previous stage to get completed. Waterfall model, what is happened? You are dependent on the previous stage, right? Once analysis is completed, then only design can start. Once design is completed, then only coding can start. Once coding is completed, then only testing can start. Okay, whereas that is a drawback in waterfall. Okay, you are going to divide the work into sprints. You are not going to deliver the complete software. You are going to divide the work into sprints and you are going to release it in smaller units. Whereas waterfall complete model is delivered. So, and next thing is working software is shown to the customer at early stage, right? After a sprint, you are going to release the software to the customer. Customer is very happy. He has the confidence you will deliver it. Okay. And the Scrum is there is no time bound. That means if there is any backlog, right? See, you have to complete 10 user stories. You have completed only 8, no problem. You will put the remaining 2 in the sprint backlog. It is not time bound. Whatever you complete, you will deliver. Okay. So these are some of the advantages of Scrum model. Okay, then we'll meet tomorrow.